Hey everybody, thanks for joining in today. This is Dave Alicious, and here's a quick video from our Xbox server back when we were playing on the center to give you an idea of some of the stuff that we were up to and that we'll be doing on our PC server as well. Now for this base, the interior, we just basically took some of the ruins and then built around them. The interior was mostly designed by Unseen Shadow and Oliver in this area. I did a little bit of it, especially in the crafting area, but the overall building design was Unseen Shadow and Oliver. And I tell you, it was no fun putting in all these chests. I spent a couple of days doing that, trying to get them all lined up and then painting them to color code for each of the items in there. That was not pleasant. But it worked out really well. Made it easy to sort and organize everything. We tried to have 4 chests for most of the main items, and here's our war room up here. We've got some of the different trophies, and we were going to add more in, but didn't quite get there. And this is where we store all of our armor, ammunition, weapons, and so we have everything ready to go for battle. We had plenty of space back here to build, but never ended up doing much with that on the inside. Then on the outside is where I built our feeding troughs for our incubation room, because I tell you, those babies eat a lot. And yes, I know this looks kind of ridiculous, but it worked. So we have our big gate opening up to our incubation room with our massive supply of air conditioners, so we could incubate lots of eggs at once. I am a big fan of breeding in Ark. If you haven't done it yet, it is by far the best way to get good dinosaurs. Just tame some high-level stuff and start breeding like crazy, and then breed in the best stats, and you're good to go. This greenhouse was built and designed by Messiah. It is much larger than we needed, and to be honest, I hated putting fertilizer and all that stuff, but we never ran out of vegetables. So I really like this area a lot, and I'm thinking about using this area since now that the map has expanded. This is almost smack dab in the middle of the map, and it'd be great for a central hub and a trading post for our PC server. Now this up here was entirely built and designed by Unseen Shadow. This is our barracks. Each of the main players on the server was able to claim a room and get their living quarters set up, and you could paint it or do the interior however you liked. This was my area here. It's one of the smaller rooms, but I picked a smaller room partly because I had a separate base that I was working on the Horseshoe Island on the east end of the map. That's where we had our egg farm, since we had a lot more room for dinos there. This was Bob's room, also known as Messiah. Very colorful. And there's Unseen Shadow's room. He liked the color coordinating idea for the different chests, so he went with that as well. And here is Nodor, a reference to Game of Thrones. I'm pretty sure this was built by Your Mom V2. And then here's Oliver's room, who tried to cram as much crap as he could into the space he had. And I must say, if you're looking for efficiency, I did a pretty good job. I don't know why there are beer barrels in a refrigerator up here, given that I don't think there's electricity to here, and I know there's not plumbing all the way up here, but they're there. And here's where we kept most of our dinosaurs. Like I said earlier, for the egg base, we had a separate area for them. But this area is big enough for most of our needs, so worked out pretty well. And Craptacular, our favorite little fertilizer maker. Well, thanks again for tuning in. Like I said, I think this is a really great place for a base. Not just is it mostly built anyway for you, but it's in a central spot on the map. It's got room for buildings. It's got room for dinosaurs. It's a pretty good place. So I'm thinking about making this a central hub on our PC server. If you have any thoughts, comments, or questions, let me know. And check out myself and the rest of the Agents of Game. Have a good one.